Hello, everyone out there in the void. Baby Rizzo here. Still behind on his 31 days. Usually doesn't happen, but. Well, trying not to procrastinate. Not doing very well at that. But, here we go. So, next one in that The Sixth Sense. Been a long time since I've revisited this one. So, that was one of those ones that was going to see how it held up. And overall, it still works pretty well, even if you know the twist. Everyone knows the twist. So, and watching through it, knowing that, it does give you kind of a different perspective as you just try to see all the little hints and clues along the way. On a technical level, they do a very good job of misdirection in this film. And I can see why this definitely catapulted Shyamalan to notoriety. Where when after that, hit and miss. But usually a good time, even if it is miss. And while this one isn't my favorite Shyamalan flick, it still does hold up. But for my recollections, it was always creepier back in my memory than it actually ends up being. Well, if I need to go into the plot of this one, almost everyone knows the general gist, but, well, Bruce Willis is a psychologist, and he comes across a young boy that seems to be very troubled. Particularly, his case seems to mirror a case that went very badly for him in the past, so he's determined to help. Well, young Haley Joel Osment is, well, very withdrawn and seems to have a lot of problems making friends, relating to people, and just generally creeping people out. Not helped by the fact that he sees dead people. Now, one thing I like about this movie, and I didn't really notice until this watch, is they really don't show you the whole dead people aspect until he actually does say that's what he is seeing. They do a very slow build up to that. They don't just see him being a little bit more withdrawn and like acting like he's hearing or seeing something that no one else can for a little bit. Then finally you slowly start to hear a little bit of what he's hearing, and it's a very slow escalation before it actually shows you what he is seeing. And I like that, because at first it does make you wonder whether or not he actually is seeing anything. So, the movie does work very well. On the off chance that no one has that someone out here actually doesn't know the twist, I won't spoil it. I mean, it's really hard to have missed that at this point, but I still won't throw it up there. But it works, it lands, and even if you know it at this point going in, the movie is still effective. And, well, the story of him trying to figure out how to deal with seeing dead people and what these dead people want is kind of the crux of it. It's a very small story, really. Almost like a horror slice of life, really, as he's just learning to deal with how he is. And it works. There's a small, like, little mystery that that the kid gets involved with and solves using his dead people seeing, and that does deliver some good emotions. I do like this one. For me, it's not like, well, the top tier, but it's effective. And it's not the first movie I've seen with this sort of twist. That probably will go to Carnival of Souls. But this was definitely one of the ones that does the misdirection on it best. In ways of you could have figured it out during it if you are really paying attention. So, Sixth Sense for me is going to be an 8 MacGuffin film. Actually, no, we'll give it 9. 9 MacGuffins. It is very well put together. And even the acting from, like, the kids works pretty well. So, yeah. If you haven't seen it in a while, it's worth a revisit. Yeah, there's still some odd dialogue choices, which is pretty much Shyamalan's hallmark now. Particularly, like, the clumsy expositions at the beginning where they're literally reading off his plaque. But it's not bad. It's really mitigated by the star power of Bruce Willis. Alright, yeah, that's pretty much really all I got on this one. The ghost effects, when they are there, are fairly effective. The the makeup is very well put together for those characters, and yeah, decently creepy, but for me, not really a scary film. Alright, I think that's really all I got on this one for right now, and see you all in the void later. And as before, people, do take recommendations, drop them down into the comments. I actually did recently get one, actually. Surprising, first one. I will see about tracking down that film and seeing what I can do about it. A little bit of a backlog, but if I do find that movie, I will kick it up just due to the request. Okay, catch you later, Void.